Good morning, Bulldogs. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Please stand for the morning ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Once again, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving holiday. We're here again on our remote days for a couple more days. Monday and Tuesday will follow the same schedule. Things have been going really well last week with these digital days, and I expect the same for this Monday and Tuesday. So keep up the good work. Keep making sure you sign into your classes, that you get all your work done, whether they're synchronous or asynchronous. Make sure you get your stuff done. And this is a great rehearsal for if we ever have to have any long-term closures. We did have one positive COVID test over a student over the break. And we were able to quarantine those that were in direct contact, and looks like everyone is recovering, everyone where they're supposed to be, and it's just a good reminder of why we have the procedures we have in place, why we wear a mask, why we social distance, why we pay attention to the color codes when we're switching classes, why we spread out when we're eating lunch, all those things. Continue to follow the rules, continue to follow the guidelines, and we'll stay in business, and we'll keep doing what we do, and that's being great as Bulldogs. Today's thoughts, different things pop up at different times that come to my attention, and I've just heard some things going on, whether it's in the bathrooms at school or over the weekend, some of our students, and it's reminded me of I've been doing this a long time, close to 30 years, and started my career in Virginia Beach, North Carolina, before coming back home in this area. I've seen a lot, and it just reminds me of the difference between doing what's easy and what is right. And we make those decisions, every day we're forced with it. So maybe numerous times a day, we're faced with a decision between doing what's easy and what's right. And unfortunately, that simple decision can have long-term consequences. Sometimes the difference between what is easy and right can last a lifetime, and you'll never forget it. When I think of the difference between easy and right, I'm reminded of what makes a great teammate, classmate, friend, family member, spouse, sister, brother. Really all comes down to that. And it reminds me of a story back in my coaching career down in Virginia Beach. A friend of mine and I took over a team, Frank Cox High School, and they hadn't had a winning record in a decade. We had a winning record our first year, and the second year we were there was 1996. And what I remember about that season is we had one of the best seasons in school history. What I remember is that we came down to a game that we needed to win to go to the regional title for the first time in school history. And that week, we were met at practice one of those days with our senior captain, linebacker, fullback, and his father. His father was a Navy officer. He was in full uniform there with his son. His son was dressed nicely too. And he said, coaches, my son needs to dress the team. And that day, that senior spoke to the team about how he had been at a party that weekend. He had drank because of the commitment he had made to our team and our drug and alcohol policy, that he would be removing himself from his senior season right before the biggest game of his career. You think that was a tough day for him, and I remember the tears. They were flowing as he was talking to his team, and you think that would be what I remember the most, but what I remember the most is what happened that weekend. Because game came down, we played over our heads, we played really well. We were within 4 points, driving for the winning score. Came down to fourth and one at about the 15-yard line. And we make that first down. We go in and score. We go to the regional championship for the first time. And I looked over at the player on the sideline, our starting fullback, and I could see the look on his face. And when we handed off to the backup fullback and he didn't make it, I'll never forget when I looked back and looked at his face, the pain and anguish that was on his face, that he not only, his choices, this easy choice he made, which was the poor choice, not only cost him his season, but the season of all his teammates and his team that he loved and played with his entire life. And I'll never forget the look on his face. And it takes a special person to do what's right, especially when you don't think others are watching, whether it's in a bathroom stall or over the weekend. And it takes a rare individual who's focused on more on their character and having integrity than on their reputation. Let's be honest, reputation, what people think of you, is usually based on what you do when people are watching. And sometimes that's not really accurate of really who you are. But that rare individual is in all of us. It doesn't take much. Choosing what is right over what is easy will make you someone people can count on, someone they can trust, someone they can truly respect. It'll make you a better teammate, friend, classmate. And choosing the right path over the easy path will touch every area of your life, and it'll make a difference. It'll make a huge difference. In the long run, you'll find it'll be a path that'll take you to a place that you're proud to be. So Bulldogs, don't do what's easy, do what's tough, and do what's right. Have a good day.